Monday, February 18th, 2013, and this is the StephenBlakesley.com podcast. On today's podcast, we will talk to Bakersfield's Brennan Newberry, who will race in the full 2013 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series this year for his family-owned NTS Motorsports team. But first, a look at the racing news this week. Underway this week is the UNOH Battle at the Beach, offering competition for the NASCAR Wheel and Late models, NASCAR Wheel and Modifieds, and NASCAR Can-Am Pro Series cars on a purpose-built 0.4 of a mile track on the backstretch of Daytona International Speedway. Monday's activities included practice for the Can-Am East and West Combined Series. West Series drivers Greg Persley, Cameron Haley, and Derek Thorne swept the top three positions in practice, all piloting Fords. Elk Grove's Kyle Larson led the NASCAR Wheel and Modified practice in his series debut and won his NASCAR Wheel and Late Model heat race as well. 150-lap main events for both the Wheel and Modifieds and Can-Am Pro Series are on tap for Tuesday night, both airing live on Speed Channel. Speaking of Kyle Larson, Larson finished second in Saturday's Daytona ARCA 200, narrowly losing out to Venturini Motorsports driver John West Townley. The win for West Townley gave Venturini Motorsports their first Daytona victory despite their storied career in ARCA racing. Our guest on today's podcast, Brennan Newberry, was also in action and came home in 6th place in this prestigious race. With the second place finish, Kyle Larson is approved to make his NASCAR Nationwide Series debut on Saturday at Daytona, while the 6th place mark for Newberry gives him approval to run the Truck Series opener on Friday at Daytona. Larson moved on from the ARCA race to run the USAC National Midgets at nearby New Smyrna Speedway on Sunday, and unsurprisingly, he picked up the main event victory. There was plenty of news on the driver front this week for West Coast Racing Series. In the Golden State King of the West, popular gasser Justin Sanders is planning to attempt a full season in the number 17 ride. Also in sprint car news, the USAC CRA is expected to be bolstered with additions of 2012 USAC West Coast 360 champion Bud Kading, and 2005 USAC CRA champion the Demon Damian Garner joining the fray. Gardner will team up with Nick Foss in a two-car Alexander Motorsports stable. On the Wing 360 side, two-time Petaluma champion Alyssa Gieving is expected to return to Petaluma for a full-time run after taking the 2012 season off. The NASCAR late model ranks continue to attract rookie talent, with 2012 Legends of the Pacific champion Tony Mangini the latest to make the move. Mangini joins a rookie class that will include former Legends graduates James Bickford and Danny Allen, along with modified standout Cody Thompson. When we come back to the StephenBlakesley.com podcast, we'll talk to Brennan Newberry about his upcoming Camping World Truck Series campaign. But first, a look at our sponsors. StephenBlakesley.com is brought to you by MotoWear International. Throughout the world of racing, there is a common thread. MotoWear, online at MotoWear.com. And also brought to you by Matt Jackson of Proline Pit Carts, the promoter of the Southwest Superlates racing at the Willow Springs Road Course this summer. For more information, visit swsracing.com. And we're back on the StephenBlakesley.com podcast, and we're talking to Brennan Newberry, who will run full-time in the 2013 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And Brennan, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, man, it sounds good, Stephen. I'm glad to be on the show, man. And like you just mentioned, man, it's a very exciting time over here in Daytona, Florida, man. You know, we actually got to run the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards last weekend. Got a good finish, and now I'm just kind of enjoying beautiful Florida, getting ready for Daytona in the Truck Series.
Yeah, let's talk about that ARCA race you had on Saturday in the ARCA 200 at Daytona on Saturday. A lot of the talk, of course, was about the Californian Kyle Larson coming home in second, but you're coming out of Bakersfield, and you had yourself a very, very good run with a 6th-place performance. Can you tell us about how that race kind of went for you? And I know it's kind of an interesting event with the pit stop strategy, and there's a lot of interesting things about it. Tell us about your race.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you know, this is a car that we only tested in once, and so it was a car that had been ran previously, but the year before by Max Gresham, and he had a qualifying lap of, you know, I think we put him, you know, mid-20 starting position. When we got there, we qualified 15th with the same car, and man, it was just the car felt awesome. You know, we whenever we came to the test, we knew we had a pretty good piece. We just had to bring it back and make some minor tweaks to it, so that whenever we got in the draft, we'd be able to do really good. I had a rookie crew chief as well as myself, being a rookie at Daytona, and Ryan McKinney, and he put his heart and soul into this car just to try to, just to get us a really good run in the very beginning, to start the season off, and so Ryan's actually going to be the truck chief on my teammate Ron Hornady's truck this season. So there's a lot of really cool things coming out of it. But no, you're right. With stuff, we were pretty much banking only making one, and obviously last year, everyone saw Bobby Gearhart make it on lap 1, but then he had to come back in around like lap 15. So I think it was probably around lap 13 or 14, and then from there it was just conserving fuel. Conserving fuel was our big deal, and same with the pack. I mean, the draft is obviously huge, in Daytona, and we stayed right there in the lead pack, top 6, and that helped a lot. Obviously, later in the run, whenever we got lap traffic and stuff, I lost the lead draft, which wasn't too bad. Just kind of back, kept our nose clean, and I really went out there to gain experience, for the truck series race, because I know, laps in Daytona isn't enough laps. I mean, Bobby Gearhart has tons of laps. Kendall has tons of laps. These guys know exactly what they're doing, and they want to bring it home in 6th place, with the brand new team, with the whole merger with JDM, running a 2-truck team this year, and in a third at some races with Kevin Harvick. I knew that this ARCA race was going to be a little bit of a pull, just to try to get everything going, for the beginning of the season. But like I said, everybody in NTS Motorsports, Bruce Cook, all the guys, we just pulled together, and we knew this ARCA race was going to be something that we wanted to go do, and not only to get myself experience, but to kind of knock the cobwebs off and really kick off the 2013 season good.
Yeah, and for some of the fans out there that may not know, your family-owned team, the NTS Motorsports, basically took over ownership of Joe Danette's truck team, and you'll be teamed up with Ron Hornaday Jr. this year. I have to imagine this has been a very busy off-season for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think our off-season was about 1 to 2 minutes, and then we got going back on everything, man. And it's been a lot, Obviously, taking over with the old Kevin Harvick Incorporated organization had so much success. We're in that same shop. JDM was located around, probably on a sister property of the KHI shop. So, we've taken it over. We've rebranded it NTS Motorsports, and it's still very much a family-owned team. Mom and Dad, they have committed a lot, and they've put a lot for us to go out here and compete. And having Ron as a teammate is huge for me, man. He has so much experience. I think he's only not been in the truck series 1 or 2 seasons, so he's seen all the progression. He is the definition of a perfect truck driver. I mean, he is aggressive. He races hard. But then again, he wins a lot. I mean, he's a 4-time champion. I mean, he has just mounds and mounds of confidence whenever it goes into this truck series. And myself as a rookie, trying to learn, and even the team, and we're trying to learn. We have a very good, competition director in Bruce Cook. I mean, he's been all over with Roush and Virginia Motorsports, and to have him come over here and believe in the product that we're trying to make, and have him to help build our success is going to be huge. We have 2 crew chiefs, which one in Bruce, and then the other one, Eddie Pardue, who will be my crew chief. I mean, he has tons of experience. I mean, he has been working with rookie drivers. He's been working with veteran drivers. He's just been all over the board, and he's had tons of success in the Nationwide Series. And obviously, a really big thing for me is Kevin Harvick, my fellow Bakersfield Californian. He's going to be running a couple races for us at Martinsville. And so, to even have Kevin, there, and I got to talk to him before the Daytona race, and he just gives me pointers here and there. Same with Ron. I have a veteran spotter in Rick Corelli who used to race the trucks as well and very successful. So I have a very solid, sound group of guys that I can just rely on all the time. I mean, and our team is still fairly young, like you mentioned, it's going to be our first full-time series, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And even our crew members. I mean, we have some younger guys who are hungry and ready to go out there for the season. So, man, I'm just pumped that we got that ARCA race, and you know, we finished top 6 as the first time as a team. That was really a test to the team. And so now that we have that, we're just going to put that in our back pocket, and we're just going to keep digging for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk about having Ron Hornaday and Rick Corelli on board and a few other guys that have West Coast experience. It's kind of like a West Coast team, even though you guys are in North Carolina. Now, I know that this is a very exciting time for you with running ARCA on Saturday and then the truck race on Friday. It kind of feels like this entire Daytona experience has been really heightened with Danica on the pole and with the K&N guys running on the backstretch this week. What is that atmosphere like in Daytona right now?
It is pumping, man. I mean, you walk into the pits and they're lined up from bank to bank with motorhomes and fans and, I mean, haulers and trucks and trailers, and it has been phenomenal. We open up the pits, you know, just on the ARCA race, the same day as the Sprint Unlimited race, and man, there was so many people there. We had a 2-hour autograph session, and I don't think I stopped signing for at least 30 seconds. I mean, they were just going through this thing. Everybody was so excited with the new Gen 6 car. Obviously, everyone wants to go see how that is. Like you mentioned, a lot of young drivers like myself and Kyle Larson going to the ARCA race. I mean, you know, there was some pretty big things going on, you know, and now, you know, everyone's getting ready for the 500. Danica's on the pole now. I mean, this is tons of excitement going on here, man. It is just an atmosphere that whenever you walk in, I'm just excited to be a part of it. I mean, this is a dream. I mean, everybody dreams about going to Daytona. Everybody dreams about being the next big thing. I mean, this is just so cool, man. I mean, whenever I get to be there practicing for the trucks, they're going to be racing the dual races and everything. This is just an experience that, you know, I've only ever watched on TV. You know, I've heard about people going, and then the brand new thing they're doing with the K&N cars and the backstretch, man. I think they're bringing so much to this race, to this week, to Speedweeks, that, man, if you're not a part of it, man, you're totally going to want to be here for next year and the years to come. They are really putting together something great, and there might even be a few words about Daytona Speedway, just you know, starting to progress and stay with the times, and they're working hard to keep the racing back where it belongs, and that's Daytona. And this is just, like I said, just so awesome to be a part of.
So this season, Brennan, you got to kind of pool all of that experience you've had across the SRL and K&N and a little bit of ARCA and the truck races you ran last year, and you're going to have to kind of bring that all together to have a good season. What do you think your expectations are this year about what you guys can do in the truck?
Well, Stephen, you know, we actually were reinstated. I actually get to go and compete for the Sunoco Rookie of the Year title this year, which I think is a very big goal to shoot for. You know, to go and do that my rookie season, it's a very big thing. I'd be in the likes of people like Kevin Harvick. I mean, even Austin Dillon, who's progressed himself up. You know, to be able to compete and if I can get that, you know, Sunoco Rookie of the Year title, that would be huge for my confidence, and it would just help us go into the next season. You know, the biggest thing for me is to learn. You know, that's why we put this team together. You know, Ron Hornaday, he has the experience. We're putting this team together for him to go win a championship. I mean, Dad and Bruce Cook have put together a championship caliber team, and that's really what we want. We want Ron to go out there. He knows he wants to retire soon. It could be this year, next year, the year after. It doesn't matter. He wants to go and compete for wins, to compete for championships. That is Ron's goal. Go back to mine. Mine is to finish races, is to learn. And if we could get ourselves to where I'm finishing in the top 10, that would just be like a win for me. It'd be phenomenal. And also, my big goal is to go out and compete and ultimately win the Sunoco Rookie of the Year. That would just be something that that would really put a lot of confidence in my back pocket and something that I could smile about for years to come.
Now, is there any type of nervousness on your part going into this? I mean, it's one thing to run a handful of truck races and a handful of ARCA races, but to go on the full-time truck series, and right now it looks like with kind of limited sponsorship, is there some pressure you're feeling, personal pressure, to really perform this year?
You know, the only pressure that has ever been on myself is from myself. Obviously, you know, it's just personal pressure. Dad and the team know that we're going to have ups and downs. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. But as far as pressure, the only thing that they ask of me is to learn and to learn from my mistakes and to get better and progress. I mean, there really isn't any pressure to go out and win our first race. There isn't any pressure to go win our 10th race. I mean, like I mentioned, the biggest thing is for us is to build as a team, to learn the team, and just gain knowledge and get better. You know, last season was 10 races that we ran. Was just to, you know, to get the ball rolling, to see if this truck racing is what we want to do. And so, you know, to go into this season knowing that I'm going to have 23, you know, race events that I can progress and get better. I mean, this is just I shouldn't be feeling any pressure. This is just an opportunity of a lifetime. So, no added pressure, just excitement and willing to learn.
And I think the last thing I want to ask you about is about Dallas Montez. He's going to be driving your Can-Am West Series cars out here on the West Coast in 2013. And there are a lot of people that have some pretty high thoughts about how good this guy can be. And you've gotten to see him, I'm sure, already testing or whatever else. How good is Dallas Montez?
Well, I mean, Dallas and I have grown up together racing go-karts. We're from the same town, much like Kevin and I. We're from Bakersfield, California. I mean, we have grown up, like I said, as kids, racing go-karts at the Bakersfield Car Club and you know, being around each other all the time. And he is much younger than me, but Dallas Montez is very good. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's very calm. I mean, he's a very laid-back guy. And so whenever he gets in that race car, you know that he's going to be a fierce competitor. I got to watch him at Phoenix. You know, he had his up and downs in Phoenix, but he ran well. He knows how to keep his nose clean. I mean, he knows how to go fast, but he also knows when to hold. And I think that's very, very key for a race car driver. You know, he has the right amount of aggression, the right amount of patience, and I think it's going to be a very good season for him and Gary Collins, you know, who'll be leading that group over there on the West Coast. You know, so, you know, hopefully we can bring success on the East Coast, and they can bring success on the West Coast, all under the NTS Motorsports banner, and that'd just be a beautiful thing, man.
Well, Brennan, we want to wish you and the entire NTS Motorsports a lot of success. I wish you good luck this year in 2013, and good luck on Friday at Daytona.
Well, thank you, Stephen. Thanks for having me on the show, man. And like I said, before I get going, I wanted to thank my mom and dad, Bob and Monica Newberry, for putting this deal together for me, for helping make NTS Motorsports what it is from where it started in 2000, wherever I started racing go-karts. And I'm telling you, it's a very big progression. Also, on Friday, you have to check out and look for fightforlifeevent.com. It's all for cancer awareness. And you know, Leslie Knox has poured her heart and soul, and she is totally committed and dedicated herself to help raise awareness, to help bring a cause, you know, to fighting cancer, and just to let people know that, you know, even though they're fighting cancer, they're not doing it alone. Fight for Life event was the biggest charity event for cancer in Kern County last year. They're expanding, they're making it bigger, and so we'd love for everybody to be a part of it, and I'm very happy to be. So go to www.fightforlifeevent.com, check that out, and I can't wait to go to this Friday, going to the NASCAR Campbell Truck Series event, my debut event in Daytona. And again, Stephen, thank you for having me on the show, man, and I'll be talking to you throughout the season.
We want to thank you for listening to this edition of the StephenBlakesley.com podcast, and a thanks again to our guest Brennan Newberry for coming on to the show. We will have updates for the K&N portion of the University of Northern Ohio Battle at the Beach on our website, Facebook, and Twitter pages throughout the day on Tuesday. And a reminder for the best in short track racing news, you can follow us on our website and our new YouTube page. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you at the races.